Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's ClearPath LeaderCast. My name is Craig Anderson. I'm the president of ClearPath Coaching and Consulting, remembering to look up there, not down here at my screen. So it's great to be with you all. I am here live every Thursday at noon Eastern, talking about leadership topics and how you can grow as a leader, how you can grow your business more successfully. My practice works almost exclusively with accidental leaders, those who find themselves in a position of leadership that they never expected to be through growing their small business, rising in corporate America. And I work hard to give you actionable tips every Thursday that will help you become a more successful leader. This week, what we're going to talk about is how businesses grow. So this is really focused more at the small business owners who, maybe you're in marketing, maybe you're in IT, whatever the business is, you've successfully grown a business and it's grown well because you deliver good service. But as that business grows, now you have to start adding on additional people and growing your team. And you need to work on how you can do that intentionally, because if you don't successfully make that transition from doing everything yourself to doing things through other people to getting your business growing, you're not going to be successful. And that growth that you're seeing will collapse in on itself. It's funny. I was just talking with somebody about that earlier today, that they just taken on more than they can handle. And now their service is not what they want it to be. So we're going to spend some time talking today about what you can do, 3 tips that will help you as a leader grow your business successfully as you scale up through success. So from here, let's dive into what changes for you as your business grows. One thing, there's a quote from Marshall Goldsmith who said, successful leaders become great leaders when they learn to shift the focus from themselves to others. And that's really true for the growing business owner. Maybe you've seen your business grow, and the first topic we want to talk about is how you start staffing around that growth. And what really starts out is, first it's you and you're delivering everything, you're doing everything. And then you get enough clients and enough revenue coming in where you can't really do everything yourself anymore. So you start hiring some helpers. Maybe it's a VA, maybe it's a part-time person that continues to grow. And, before you know it, you've got a few full-time people around helping you deliver or helping you bring in business or whatever it is. And that's great. But by the time that gets to about 8 to 10 people, it really pivots into a struggle, because now what's happening is all those helpers are coming to you every day to find out what it is they need to do. And you're telling them, and it's great, but and so you're facilitating moving the business forward. But what starts to happen is you start to become the roadblock for growing that business, because now nothing can happen until people get time in front of you. And you're out delivering service to customers. You're out working to get new customers. You're not always there to tell people what to do. And you start to realize, I can't effectively manage 10 people on a day-to-day basis. And somewhere in that 10 to 15 range is where it really gets to become a struggle. So now you realize, gosh, now I have to get people who are leaders, either pull people from those helper roles into leader roles or bring leaders into the business that are going to help me grow and help me start to succeed or help me run the business. And you've got to realize when that pivot point is coming, so you can start identifying who in your group of helpers has that potential to be a leader, or how do I need to write that job description to go out and start finding those people to help me become a leader. And you're not going to hire a leadership team of 5 people right out of the gate, but you're going to want to try and find people who can complement you. Maybe you're really good at the sales side, but a lot of the back office execution is your struggle. So you may want to get someone to handle operations for you and manage those people, or vice versa. Maybe it's you've got a couple of people who are out helping sell for you and you need someone to manage that because that's not your core competency, or running the numbers, or whatever it is. Get people around you who complement where you have a weakness. Don't bring people in just like you. You don't need more strength because you have that strength. Bring people who complement the areas where you are less interested in focusing or less capable of focusing. So that's the first thing you need to do, is identify which of your helpers can become leaders or where you need to bring leaders into the organization. And we can help you with that. That's a great topic for us to discuss. Point number 2 is you have to start, as you get that leadership team pulled together, you need to start aligning that team and getting that team pulled together. One of the big mistakes I made in my last business was I brought a person on the product side and I let them just kind of go. And they weren't really in alignment with where I was, but I over trusted, and they were a bit out of alignment with where I wanted to be. And the messaging was conflicting, and it really slowed down what was a great opportunity for us to grow that business. And so you really want to make sure that you, as the leader, are very, very clear on where you want that business to go, what you want it to look like in 3 years. having a clear vision of how big the business will be, how you'll serve your customers, who your customers are, where your customers are, how your team treats customers, how you treat team members. All these things need to be really clear in your mind so that you can communicate those things effectively to your growing team. And when your growing team understands that, then they don't have to come to you to get these answers. They know how you want the business driven forward. So get clear on that big picture vision of where you want your business to be in 3 years. And then even more so, go back to year one and say, well, if we're going to be there in 3 team, here's where we need to be at the end of this year. Here's the measurable scorecard objectives we're going to have this year that tell us we're succeeding. And here's the project priorities that the things we're going to build so that we can achieve those objectives and execute on the way I want this business run. So that is how you start to build alignment around your team. You want to make sure they know exactly how you want everything done and how you want it to look, so they can start achieving those things for you without you being directly engaged on a day-to-day basis. Number 3 is leading the business through communication. This is such a crucial piece that people think, well, I got up back in January and I gave the message of where we want to be. Why is nobody realizing what's important? The reality is you've got to reinforce the key messages around what's important, how we run the business, and what our priorities are in the business all the time. By the time you're sick of repeating it at maybe the beginning of a monthly town hall meeting that you have, or in your one-to-one interactions with your team, when you're sick and tired of saying it, you're like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing, I'm saying this again. That's when that message starts to get through. People need to hear things like 12 times before they can really ingrain it into their thought process. So you as the leader have to take this plan for how you're going to grow the business beyond your leaders to the entire team. It helps build overall organizational alignment. It helps people see how their particular role is contributing to the greater whole of the business. Because when people see how they are accomplishing the vision of the business, they're excited about the vision, they see their role in it, they're more likely to stay engaged, be engaged in your business, help you grow the business, and see themselves as part of a greater whole as opposed to just an employee. So over communication is better than under communication. We want to reinforce these key messages of the business. We want to talk to our people to get insights into what's going on in the business. Part of what you want to be doing as a leader of a growing business is kind of get out of it in the business activities, but you still want to work on the business. That means you're looking forward to the future, you're communicating things to the team, and you're meeting with the team to understand those things that are really happening in the business, and then assigning your leadership team to work to resolve any issues that you find or to execute on opportunities that are uncovered. So those are really the key things that I want you to think about as you're growing your business. So your 3 actionable tips today as your business transfers from kind of you and a team of you being successful in your business to building a team around you to scaling and growing that business is 1, identify your helpers who have the potential to become leaders in your organization or bring people to lead. Have the self-awareness to realize that when you as the sole person telling everyone what to do is no longer working. 2, we want to make sure that you have built the right plan around your business and a clear vision for how your business is going to move forward so you can align that new leadership team you're building around it so they can act as an extension of you because they know how you want the business to grow. And then 3, I want you to communicate effectively. Set a regular tempo for having town hall type meetings where you communicate how the business is doing, what's important to us in the business, and build those points into your conversations as you meet with team members every day in your organization. Those are the 3 things I'd love to see you do to help your business make it to the next level. If you have interest, reach out to me at clearpathcoaches.com/intro call. Thanks, everybody. I will see you next week on ClearPath LeaderCast. Take care.